All right, so I recently just moved to my new apartment and I have a whole nother bedroom, a lot bigger than the space that I was before. And thought I'd just kind of give you guys a breakdown of all the equipment that I use at my private events, weddings, and sometimes at the different clubs and venues that I DJ at. And just to kind of give you guys a little bit of perspective of I guess what kind of goes into some of the mobile stuff that I do. And that way you guys kind of have a better idea of I guess budgeting for your whole entire rig, especially if you're looking to kind of go this path within DJing. All right, so this is my MacBook 2018 M1 Max Pro, I believe. And basically I'm pretty sure I paid like $3,500 or $3,800 for this MacBook. Yes, it's expensive and I probably could have went with a cheaper option, but I really wanted 64 gigs of RAM and 2 terabytes of onboard storage. Now I know some DJs will go with the solid state drive, like external hard drive, where you have like a USB that comes out and you DJ off of that and have most of your music there, if not all. But for me, I feel like that is just a recipe for a disaster, especially if somebody were to yank that out by accident. I don't know, people are crazy. Some people might be dumb enough to do that while you're DJing. But yeah, I just wanted onboard storage and just kind of have all my music stored there. Moving on, next here is my Rev 7 from Pioneer. And the reason why I got this controller, and I've had other controllers in the past, is because these have the moving plotters. These are 7-inch. They feel really nice, but they don't feel as nice as like turntables, and that's what I would prefer to play on. But just an easier thing to kind of haul around. It's one package. And the other thing too is this has the same layout as basically the S9 mixer. I think it's more closer to the S7 that Pioneer has, but pretty much the same layout. You got the trigger effects, your faders here, and then your pads are here, opposed to it being down here by the jog wheels. This is $2,000 brand new. I think it's still $2,000, but you probably can get something used and just make sure it works off Facebook Marketplace for a little bit less. Next, I have the SRT 1000. I typically would use this during like a ceremony. I think I mentioned that in a previous video, but basically another great option to use this controller at your mobile events, at a club, at a bar. It's a 4-channel mixer and they have the jog wheels. That's another reason why I basically got this one, is because it feels and kind of looks like a CDJ setup. And I wanted that to practice on, and I didn't feel like spending, I don't know, what are they, like $2,500 or $3,000 for one CDJ, when you can kind of get this set up for $1,800. I think they're a little bit cheaper now since it's a little bit older. But yeah, it's a great setup overall. Something I would definitely recommend if you have a lower budget. This would be a great option for you. Now moving on to lighting, I use the Both lighting here. It's $1,000 for 4 of these guys. It does a lot, especially when it comes to kind of lighting your booth. These will sit right in front of my DJ booth or DJ table. They're really easy to set up and break down. They come with these little tripod mounts that go to the bottom, and then they have a remote, and you can kind of stick it all in one, which is really nice. The next piece of lighting that I would use here, and this is basically for all of my weddings, I use the Chave Wash FX Hex. Now these guys are really great. They're basically the best bang for your buck. $250 for one, and I have 2 of these, and they basically mount on this speaker pole that connects my sub to my tops. This is Gator Frameworks, and I think it was $250 off of Amazon. Yeah, and I have all these links on all of my videos here on YouTube, so if you want to check them out, make sure to click the link to support the channel. As far as mics, I'm running the SLX D4 from Shure. I believe these were like $750 brand new. I'm not sure what they are now, but it does come with a mic, the Beta 87A. It's a really nice microphone, never had any issues with it, maybe some feedback every now and then, but You just want to make sure that you set your EQs right when you get on site. The cool thing about this mic too is when you get on site, what you can do is scan for the frequencies. And that's what I do before every single event, just to make sure it's on the best frequency possible. I don't really know the science behind it or anything like that, but it's just a habit, and I do it every single time I set the mic up. All right, so when it comes to sound, I am a QSC guy. So I use the KS112s for my subs, the K12.2s for my tops, 2 of those and 2 of those. These are $1,000 each. These are $900 each. I also have the K8.2s. I believe those are $750, and then the CP8s, and those are $450 or $500. Basically, with this setup alone right here, 2 subs and these 2 tops paired with an external mixer, I would feel comfortable doing an event, you know, a 300 to 350 person event. That should be fine. And it also depends on the room and the environment. So typically that will be okay. But if I needed to, I can always pair my K8.2s next to it, and it would give me an extra punch of sound. Now I do a ton of video on Instagram and TikTok, basically some of the word plays and transitions and little DJ stuff that I do on those platforms. I mainly film with this, which is going to be the S9 mixer from Pioneer and my 2 turntables. Now what's really cool about these turntables is these are the Red Bull BC1 edition. Before I was a DJ, I was a breakdancer, and basically that's kind of what got me into DJing. And I recently just got these 2. Shout out to, I think it's Digilog. He made these custom vinyl here with my logo on it. I think it looks really cool, and I got this little phase magnet. These were $1,000 each. This was, I think, $16 or $800, or $16 or $1,800 for this mixer here. And we know that these are discontinued, but you know, really great needle there. But here I have my phase. I have 2 extra remotes just in case I have like a longer event or, you know, whatever, but just like to be sure that I have enough juice for whatever event that I'm doing. And there you have it. That's basically all the equipment that I use, along with some miscellaneous cables and cords, but altogether, give or take, that's about $21,000 to $22,000 in equipment. I'm sure there's other guys on here on YouTube and other DJs that are not on YouTube where they spent a lot more than I have. But you don't have to spend that much to start DJing these mobile events. You can get other types of speakers, you can get other types of controllers. You don't have to get that expensive MacBook. But yeah, basically you can pretty much have the same exact setup, but in terms of what I would recommend is what I just mentioned in this video. Everything has worked flawless for me. Everything's worked well, and it's what I depend on. So if you found this video useful, make sure to like, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and leave in the comment below what you guys are planning on using. And again, I have all these links. I'll have it under the description below here, so if you guys want to check that out, you know, use the link. It's an affiliate link to Amazon. It does help the channel out. So yeah, until next time, peace.